the systems we have in place are really important for safety. So here's our navigation system that we're using. We're using this old Zoom tablet that we've used since we've had the boat, which works really well for us. It shows all the water depths, the islands, where we're navigating to.
Well, it's, so it's Navionics.
Locked.
Yeah.
The back berthing area, the door was locked.
So it's a Zoom, a 2011, but the bonus with it is it has a built-in GPS, which many tablets don't have. And then it has so I can easily, as I'm going, if I need to figure out what the depths are, it uses a Navionics app with all the charts on, and works great. So that's super nice because I can quickly do it.
It's a nice big screen too.
Yeah. This one here is an old Toshiba laptop, but it's running Novatech software, and the main reason I use it is because it runs the radar on the top, so we can turn on the radar, show the radar display, but it also has AIS, so we have AIS on the boat, and you can see all the boats around us that have AIS, and AIS is you transmit your name basically to other boats that are out there, and so that way you can see. And also then shows collision courses based on the speed of their boat, because you also transmit the speed of your boat. But it's this thing here is actually what we transmit and we receive. Most small boats only receive, at least, I mean, this has been a number of years since I put this in there, so maybe it's much cheaper now, but this was a Chinese version of it that was fairly inexpensive compared to some of the others. So we actually transmit and receive
Signals.
Yeah, so many boats that are small just receive so they can see other boats. We do both. I think over a certain length of boat, I'm sure you're required to have it. So it's really a good for radar, because, or as good as radar, or better really, because you don't have to count on seeing that little blurb. It actually will show you the name of the boat, the ship, whatever that's coming in front of you.
And so on here, there's all these different yellow marks, and what that is showing is all these boats that are currently around us. So that's really cool to see that, and then they can see us because of that system.
Yeah, and this is the marinas over here. That's why it's all full.
Yeah.
But we also have, I can't remember what it's called, but it basically makes our footprint in the water bigger. So when, because we use AIS, all the ships can see us, and the Coast Guard can see us. Everybody can see us that has an AIS receiver, I guess, to display the boats around. But we also have this, so we will show up on people's radar much bigger than we are. Otherwise, we're tiny, and it's sometimes hard to see the tiny boats. So I think this is called See-Me.
Oh, right.
I believe.
Yep.
And so then we show up as a big boat on other people's radar. So
all of this is really important tools to have on a boat, especially when you're on the ocean and you're navigating. If you get caught in fog and you can't see a single thing, we can at least see boats out there, and then they can see us when we're trying to navigate on the water when all we see is nothing in front of us. The other important thing is then if something serious happens, then we are available to the Coast Guard, and they can see where we are, and that way they know our location, right?
Yeah, and so like the Navionics and the Zoom is actually very nice. Even though it's very old, it works great. The laptop is a little bit more clunky. The radar does work. You can see now the radar on here with the with the AIS also on there. But it's not as nice because it's old and it's using this big laptop. What I'm going to change out to, and I was going to do it this year, but I didn't really want to spend the money because we're not on here that long, is go to a wireless radar system. And that way it'll just go right to, probably go to Zoom potentially, or right to your phone. So we don't have to have this big thing. Nice thing with this is it does provide us chart software. It also feeds which right now I think I'm on, I have it on.
Cruise control, pilot, autopilot.
It also feeds the autopilot. So it comes to the USB cord and it goes to, I can't remember what, some sort of splitter that feeds the autopilot too. So that's why it's important right now to have it, is that way I can do autopilot, which is very critical when you're going, or I should say critical, very important when you're going trawler speeds, because you're going so slow you don't want to be driving the whole time.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to be hands on the wheel. This way I can just click back and forth on this. So what we have on here is really worked really well. As far as electronics, does it need to be upgraded? It doesn't, but I kind of want to, as far as at least the radar, but it's good right now.
So for those of you who are not familiar with what autopilot is, it's like a cruise control on a car. However, we set our coordinates to where we want to go, and the autopilot actually takes us to the exact location of where we want to go. And again, when we're cruising at trawler speed, which means very slow, like 7 nautical miles per hour, you don't want to sit and steer. The other important thing is, again, if we're caught in fog and we aren't seeing and can't see anything, we are relying on our charts. We set the autopilot, and literally that will take us to our exact location where we want to be. So all of the systems we have in place are really important for safety, also for the ease of boating, the way we boat. We're not just weekenders and we do long trips, and we like to have all these safety features in place as well. So onward we go.